Hello, my name is Paul Henry, Security and Forensic Analyst at Lumension. Welcome to our Patch Tuesday update for October 2012. Well, we have yet another light Patch Tuesday from Microsoft. The lightness of last month's Patch Tuesday led many to say that this month would be a horrific Patch Tuesday for IT admins. With only 7 bulletins and only 1 critical, those naysayers may want to retract those statements. Microsoft, in my belief, is finally starting to see the fruit of its secure coding initiatives. If you go back a year or so ago, nearly every Patch Tuesday there was something critical in the operating system platforms. This simply isn't the case any longer. We're just not seeing it. Even the numbers themselves have dropped off. Last year at this time we had 82 patches. After installing this month's patches, 2012 to date has only seen 70. That's a pretty nice drop in vulnerabilities. Now, the biggest issue for this month from Microsoft is the certificate encryption issue. As we've been saying for the last several Patch Tuesdays on the Lumension blog, Microsoft is pushing out a patch that's going to break any encryption that is less than 1024-bit. This patch has been optional since August, and we hope you've taken the time to test it on your systems. There are 7 bulletins this month. The only critical bulletin is MS-12 that affects Microsoft Word. It's a rich text vulnerability for the RTF file format. Normally, Word bulletins that affect remote code execution vulnerabilities are marked as important by Microsoft. This is primarily because there's a lot of stops for the bug before it can be executed. But this particular execution is more critical because the preview pane in Microsoft Outlook can parse the RTF if it's embedded in a Word document. So there's a bit more of an execution capability with this vulnerability than normal. Now, however, this exploit can be difficult to actually accomplish, making even this critical update a little less impactful. The other interesting one this month is MS-12 This one is a denial of service that affects Windows authentication with a DOS. If you're accepting Kerberos for Windows authentication, then you are vulnerable to this DOS and it should become a priority for you. Now, MS-12 this is Microsoft Works 9. It's of interest because it is the final patch for Microsoft Works. Again, software has been end-of-lifed. This will be your final patch. Microsoft Works is phasing out support next month. This patch is going to clean it up just a little bit before that happens. MS-12 is an HTML sanitization fix. There have been limited active attacks on this in the past, but most of it was handled in a previous bulletin. This cleans up the vulnerable code that was left out and cleans up the HTML sanitization component within Windows. We should also note there are a few bulletins that will be re-released this month. That would include MS-12 for XML 4.0 for Windows 8. Now, XML 4.0 is not on by default, but third-party applications may install it. This patch will ensure that the issue is patched for those applications. The other re-releases address a timestamp issue with previous patch packet signatures. While normal updates last eternally, a timestamp kill was added to a few patches. This update ensures that the stamp is updated and accurate so the patches don't expire. It's important to note that Microsoft isn't re-releasing any code here, they're just squaring away a signing issue. There is no security impact, assuming you install the updates when they were initially released. Outside of Microsoft, we do have some bigger fish to fry. As we said last month, Microsoft products are the least of your concerns today. We've seen a rash of zero-day vulnerabilities in Oracle's Java, with yet another one uncovered just last week. That's 3 vulnerabilities that people should be concerned with. While Oracle has issued out-of-band patches for 2 of those vulnerabilities, one is still active in the wild. More concerning still, Apple has only patched 1 of the 3. Adobe just yesterday released an update to fix 25 security flaws affecting all prior versions of Flash across all platforms. Microsoft also revised a September security advisory that fixed Flash player flaws embedded within IE10 on Windows 8 and Server 2012. Additionally, there's the issue of the stolen Adobe certificates. This is another area of concern for many, which my colleague Paul Zimski addressed on the Lumension blog. This has been our Patch Tuesday for October 2012. Thank you for listening.